everybody, how are you guys doing? I am super excited for today's video, and I know I say that in like every other one of my videos I do, but I really am excited. A few days ago I picked up the new Fergie palettes, and I'm just gonna say right off the bat, the neutral one is amazing. This one is pretty good. It's not as good as the neutral one, and I'm honestly blown away because these aren't only like crazy pigmented, they blend so seamlessly. I feel like these shadows in here blend a lot better than a lot of my high-end shadows. I am just so stoked about this palette. I kept skipping over this in the store thinking, oh, you know, it's just gonna be the typical Fergie palettes, which I like because some of them are hit and miss. But this is just amazing. If you guys are skipping this over to in the drugstore like I have been, go for the neutral one. This is by far like the best quality in the drugstore ever for eyeshadows. Any brand except for maybe the L'Oreal Infallible shadows. I feel like these are kind of like those just pressed into a pan form. I have not wore the purples on my eyes, so I mean, I can't really say much about it. What I can say is these swatch a lot better than the purple ones do. And you can really tell with eyeshadows, in my opinion, if they're amazing or just okay. And some of the colors in here are amazing. They're just like the ones in here. But I feel like a lot of the ones in here are just okay, maybe a little bit better than okay, but like the end here in the purples, you get a lot of gray tones, and you know, when you go to put those on your eyes, they're gonna essentially look all the same. Like if you're blending one shade in the next, there's not that much of a difference between the end charcoal colors that it's really not gonna give your eye a lot of definition from one color to the next, if you know what I'm saying. So here's a close-up of the neutral palette. As you can see, they're beautiful, and they swatch just as beautiful as they look in the pan. So there's no deceiving going on there. And here we have the purple one. These are really pretty. As you can see on the end there is a ton of pretty much the same color. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the neutral palette first. In case you're wondering, I do have this palette on my eyes. The only thing that I have under it is this Rimmel Scandaleyes, what are you called? Rimmel Scandaleyes in Witness White. This is number 1. It's kind of a pearly white sheen. I only have this on my lid. But honestly, I feel like you don't really need anything to brighten these shadows, because even if I just had a clear primer, these shadows do come off just like you see in the pan. I'm so pleased with this palette. Wet n Wild really did an awesome job with these. And they're some of the cheapest eyeshadows at the drugstore, yet they are the best. Well, next to L'Oreal Infallible shadows. I love those too as well, but amazing. Completely amazing. I'm blown away. So I have them swatched here on my hand, and I'm just starting from the first lightest shade and going down. I will be zooming in closer in a minute, but I just have to say this lightest shade, it's kind of blending with my skin right now. Even the lightest shade in this palette is super buttery and creamy. Usually the lightest shades in palettes are the weakest, and this is just as strong as the more vibrant colors. Even this far away from the camera, you can really see what great quality these give off, and you can just see the beautiful metallic shimmers and sheens and shines, or whatever you want to call them. I'm just super excited about this palette. If you missed out on the Lorac Gold, or not missed out, I know it's still in stores, it's not limited edition, but if you can't afford this, pick this Wet n Wild up one. This is $7.99, and you're getting amazing quality shadows. And they're not only amazing, like they blend good. They're actual blendable shadows. I zoomed in close for you guys. As you can see, they are so beautiful. And keep in mind, there's no primer or foundation on my hand, and this is just one swipe. It's not like I dipped my finger in the palette and went over and over again. So you get a pretty highlight shade that's kind of a satin matte finish. You get a beautiful rosy champagne color. You got your gold, your copper, your bronzes, you got beautiful blending out shades. I love this shade right here. It's a matte taupey brown, which in my opinion, I think taupey matte brown shades, or even satin, look so classy. It's such a classy shade that looks good on everybody. And then of course you have a beautiful deep black, so you can take any of these colors and make it more dramatic. I have the purple guy swatched from far away, and you can see they're really pigmented, but if you look at the end at the end. On this side of my hand, you can see all those charcoal colors are pretty much all the same. They're not exactly, but once they're on your eyes, you guys, they're gonna look pretty much exactly the same. But as far as pigmentation, they are really pigmented, and you know what, they're really beautiful. I can't complain. So here's the purple guys up close, and as you can see, they're so pretty. I'm just kind of disappointed in the whole charcoal side, but it's so cheap that, I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. This side right here, they're obviously all different and very beautiful. This shade right here in the end, that's super buttery and creamy. This shade right here, which is kind of a unique shade, it's a really light mauve purple taupe, and there's glitters in it. This is such a beautiful shade as well. I'm thrilled about this palette, and like I said, these, at least the nude palette, they just blend so seamlessly, which is so hard to find at the drugstore. I mean, Maybelline shadows are good, L'Oreal shadows are good, but let's face it, they don't blend out as nicely as I would like. I mean, I'm not complaining because they're still beautiful, but you know, it is nice when you're in a hurry and the shadow just kind of blends out on its own on your eye, if you know what I mean. You are getting 10 shades in each palette. That's crazy. 10 shades for $8. That's less than $1 a shade. Well, I'm just in love with these palettes, you guys. Like I said, I have this one on my eyes. I'm gonna zoom in on my eyes so you can see just how pigmented and beautiful these colors are. Here we have a close-up of my eyes, and it is only this nude palette from Fergie, and as you can see, they're so pretty and just wow. I'm just wowed by them. So I better jump off here before I just tell you they're beautiful and amazing and buttery and creamy again, because I really don't have anything bad to say about these. I'm in love. Go get yourself some. They are more than worth it. So I'm thinking about doing a tutorial with these guys. Let me know what you guys think, what palette you would like to see in action. I guess I'm not thinking about it. I'm totally gonna do a few tutorials with these because I'm just in love. I know, I won't say it anymore. I think that about wraps things up. Don't forget to get yourself some of these. Don't you forget. Don't you forget. Don't pass them up. I know they're permanent, but don't pass them up any longer. Like you're just wasting your life without these. Just kidding. Just pick some up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. Just love you.